Hi there, gorgeous. This is Nicole Elissa. Welcome back to my channel. I am excited to be with you here today. For those of you who don't know, I am an intuitive love coach for amazing trailblazer and leader women from all over the world who are committed to have leadership in their love lives and who are committed to attract their best relationship ever. Because you are here, I know that you are truly fond of love, you're committed to it, and you understand the importance that it has in your life. You deserve to have a happy life on the inside, and I love that you treasure it. So today's video is going to share with you 3 ways of being or things that you're doing that are secretly sabotaging your love life, the results that you're getting, but also the type of men that you're attracting. So if you want to know more about this, make sure you watch this video until the very end and make sure you subscribe to my channel to get more notifications whenever I upload a new video. So I'm going to be very honest and truthful with you guys. I know that you've noticed that I haven't really been posting a lot of videos recently. There's a reason for that. I've been in a lot of introspection lately. I'm an intuitive. So I pick up on energy that's behind the scene of what's going on in the collective. So basically what's happening right now lately with a lot of women is that we have to start looking at our shadow, okay? If you are desiring to manifest something and it's not coming to fruition, you sort of have to fall in love. I don't want to sugarcoat it. You have to fall in love with your shadow, and you have to have a loving view on it in the sense of you have to be willing to release it. Why is this important? We all have shadow, especially if we are looking to properly embody our feminine energy, which is an energy of acceptance, of receiving, of worthiness, true worthiness. You're not fighting in your own energy about who you should be, what you should have. You're not guilt tripping yourself about wanting more. You're claiming it, you're owning it, and you're moving forward. That's why you are choosing to be a trailblazer, right? And with that being said, there are things that you're doing that are affecting what you're attracting, what you are saying to the universe, what you are interacting, what you're creating with the universe, but it's also affecting the type of men that you're attracting. So I was sharing with a friend, and this is the thing, the number one thing, behavior that I see that is affecting women from truly allowing, opening up their energy properly is the energy, the frequency, the consciousness of pride. I was sharing that pride is not self-love. Yes, you get to feel proud and good about who you are, what you're achieving in life. Now, when pride, that consciousness, that frequency is too embedded in you, right, then you are not open to receive. I have noticed in the frequency and in the layers of pride and in the consciousness of how it's showing up for women, pride is a cover-up. In many ways, pride is a cover-up for underlying consciousness or energies that are deeply impacting you as a woman, and it's affecting what you're attracting with men. And I'm going to explain to you why. I've seen that pride, a lot of women connect with pride, the consciousness of pride, to hide or to not touch what's really underneath the surface. And what's really underneath the surface is a consciousness of either shame and a consciousness of guilt. So the consciousness of shame says, I am not good enough, right? You're fearing humiliation, you're fearing being scorned by people. You feel like you have to have a similar energy to the other women around you to be accepted, to not be humiliated, to not be shamed. So you're in a state of worrying a lot what people will think about you, and you're worrying that you are not good enough somewhere, right? And you're looking for external validation that others around you will find you good enough, and you're always in that state. How do I know this? For example, a lot of women feel like they have to be married to be accepted, or they have to have a certain status. So with that consciousness, you're looking for a status, sometimes more so than love, even though on the you don't really realize this. I'm talking about your shadow, okay? And your shadow impacts what you're allowing yourself to attract. So you have to soften that energy. You have to work on it so that your motives, your energies, they're all in alignment with love, right? True partnership, where you know that you're more than good enough, because that is the truth, right? So that energy of trying to protect your image, trying to fight for your image, trying to do things for your image, needing to look a certain way all of the time affects your intuition, okay? It sort of sometimes makes you blind to the type of men that you are attracting. Maybe you're looking for a man, like you've been taught that you need to look for a man that has a specific title, needs to have B or this or XYZ. You maybe were taught that by your parents, your grandmother, etc. But it's secretly hiding an energy of you not feeling good enough, okay? It doesn't matter how much you've succeeded in life, how much money you've made, like everything, like if you're at the top of the world, if you're still sort of feeling empty or weird or stressed out when it comes to allowing somebody in, that's your cue, okay? Another thing is the consciousness of guilt. Guilt says, I'm not worthy. It also says you have a fear of being wronged, right? All of the time. Maybe you were wronged for your femininity. You were wronged for your desire for love. So this is the interesting piece about our shadow. When we don't own our shadow, and as a woman, we start to accumulate these energies of shame, guilt, pride, what happens is that you start to create this wall around you where you force yourself a lot. It's like you're at the top of the mountain, but you did it with a lot of struggle, with a lot of fight, like constantly having to prove who you are. A lot of negative energy start to build up within you where you feel like you can't do it anymore. Fear, hate, like all these other energies. These are survival energies. And as women, as trailblazer women, we need to come out of survival energy, okay? So how does this energy come out when you're trying to do love? Well, what's interesting is that a lot of women have a lot of reservations about doing this work. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I started to do this work, I had to have like no reservations about it whatsoever. I only had to have pure, I hear almost unadulterated love for myself to jump into the unknown and to love myself and not to be bogged down or like in an energy of like shame that I'm doing this work. And the thing is, you're not, like, love is real. If you are here, like, I know that what I'm saying is really opening you up. Love is the most important thing, right? Our actions really determine what we allow ourselves to attract. So for example, I guess one of the things that I noticed, and I was pondering about this last night, is, isn't it interesting that we live in a world where we study so many different things? We study money, we study health, we study all these things, but we don't want to study love, or we have like a resistance to study love, like who we are in our core. Isn't that weird? Do you know that most people don't take action in their love life to study love until they experience enormous amount of pain, right? And for me, at least, I guess I had experienced enough pain in my own life, basically looking at my parents' relationship, etc., to be properly humbled in doing this work and knowing that I had to do something different in order for things to change. And, and of course, I've dedicated my life to this, and it's been the biggest gift ever. So I bring this up because it is important. I have seen how when women accumulate too much pride, they affect their receiving, they affect what they allow themselves to have. So I'll share with you why. When it comes to matters of love, I have no pride whatsoever to do this work. And I invite you to examine within your energy if you have pride around doing this work, like resistance, entitlement, like why should I do this work? Then if you do, you need to check it, because that's actually playing against you. Like it's playing against your favor. Right? We're all worthy, and we have to do the work that we have to do, whatever it is. And there's nothing shameful about love. If you're believing that, then you are believing part of the society's propaganda, but it's keeping you away from love, and you need to end it. How does that pride look like? Oh, well, I should know this. I should know this already. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because this is the thing. When you had to learn to tie your laces, when you were growing up, you didn't tell your parents, I should know this already. No, you had an open heart to learn, right? And one of the things that I learned from one of my first mentors is we don't know what we don't know. And feminine energy is an energy of receptivity, meaning we're always willing to learn. We have an availability to learn, to know more, to receive more at all times. When you are too prideful, you start to block your capacity to receive. Therefore, you start harming yourself, like your chances. You start slowing down your vibration, right? And one of the things that I was guided to share with you as I do a lot of like angel work is that I want to say that you want to look at the ways in which you are sabotaging yourself, right? Like, we are energies that are meant to receive. This energy of women, I should know it all already. What it's all saying, or it's saying, is I'm not good enough. That's what it's saying. We are an energy of community. We get to learn and interact with others. We are leaders and energies around love, meaning trusting one another and being able to receive. If this Wonder Woman energy in you is making you not receive, then you need to look at it, right? If you notice that you respond in anger when it comes to receiving from another woman or somebody else, you need to look at it, because that energy is going to leak in your relationship with the man that you're attracting, right? If you attract a good man, you're going to also be fighting with him about your receiving, right? And then you are unsatisfied. You have to open up to receive. This energy of the other way it shows up is you wrong your receiving in this matter. We have to look at a world that makes us too prideful to learn about love. Wouldn't we want to learn how to love more? Isn't that something that we want to put at the highest of our list? This is important. So pride, I've seen it. It ruins you, right? It really ruins you. It slows down your vibration. People move forward and you're not, because you are stuck in an energy of like, well, I should know better. No, you don't. We need to be humble about this. I was properly humbled by it by just looking at my upbringing. Now, I've been prideful in other areas and it has cost me greatly, right? Like when I started to coach around, other aspects of life. And I noticed that pride was coming through me. So what did I do with that? I want to say I had to deal a lot with pride, but I immediately started to notice, hey, this is not okay. Like, I shouldn't have these thoughts. People are worthy. I am worthy. And I worked on it. And this is what I mean. You have to be humble about doing this work. You have to seek love no matter what, and acknowledge when you are noticing a shadow version of you come up. Okay? That is very important. Like, leadership is very important in this area. Because why does this happen a lot with women? Because from the very beginning, we've been pitted to fight against each other, and we're looking for a sense of superiority amongst like all women. But it's not about you fighting other women. That's survival energy. It is about you owning your worth and feeling good about yourself. And that's why I said, it's like I work with women who want to feel good about who they are, who want to feel at peace about their worth, and who want to have a great quality of life and well-being inside of them, right? And that is important. If that's your ultimate girl, then I'm your coach. Like, I can really help you, because it's about not fighting the world. I heard earlier today, it's about being in the world, but not of it. And you have to start coming out of that matrix, of the energy of fighting, disdain or fear, because at the core of it all, it's just fear about whether you're good enough or not. You need to start bringing that inner structure that you are good enough. When you start to release that pride and all those things, true love can emerge within you, where you will figure things out to how to show up for yourself, invest in yourself, prioritize yourself. This pride, this energy affects the type of men that you attract in a way, because a lot of women, of course, want men that give to them, that protect, provide for them. But that accumulated survival energy of pride and shame and all those things. And I applaud you for being here with me, because it requires real maturity to listen to this without cringing and not being able to listen to it. But I know that you are here because these are some of the bigger things that are affecting your love life without you knowing it. So you want a man who gives to you, who dotes on you, right? But you're not doting on yourself. On the inside, even though you're looking for an image and all those things, you're not feeling yourself. You're not loving who you are. Your essence, that affects how men see you, how men perceive you. It attracts disconnected men because you are feeling disconnected from your own energy. from your own worth in essence. So you have to start looking at this. There's this wave of a lot of women attracting like narcissistic men. And I'm like, okay, balance out your energy. Become very clear about loving yourself no matter what, knowing your boundaries, allowing yourself to have more, receiving more. You don't have to fight for love. You have to embody love, right? And have peace about it. And that's what I help my clients do. So let me know in the comment section, what are you getting from this? Because I tell you this, pride is an energy to consciousness that keeps you in a rut for years. I've noticed this working with clients, working with like different audiences all over the world. Whenever I travel, I've noticed that there can be a different consciousness in different places about how people respond when I even mention that I'm a love coach. And some people are very open, other people are like immediately they get this reaction in them, and I'm like, look, what I know doesn't discredit you, doesn't diminish anything within you. I had to study this for years. I had to have a true willingness in my soul and my spirit to dedicate every moment of my day to love. That requires humbling, that requires like great amounts of self-love. So you get to truly support yourself in this way. I will be delighted to support you. We are in a culture that is worshiping, I hear, image. And one of the biggest targets is women, right? Men are being infused with this energy as well too. People preferring image over love. And what that says in the imprint of the consciousness and what's going on in the world is that there's a lot of consciousness of shame, fear, pride, disdain showing up in the world. And there's a reason why there's so much narcissism showing up in the world right now, because we are prioritizing image. It's not about image. It's about knowing your priorities and choosing to love. So imagine living in a society that we are being trapped by the ego so much that we're trying to attract love, like you're trying to attract love, but at the same time, you're keeping the consciousness that are keeping you stuck or feeling confused. We have to dedicate time to release all those lower frequencies so that things really start to properly shift in your life. We have to be in the world, but not of the world. So ladies, I will be excited to hear from you. What are you getting from this? This is deeply impacting the type of men that you're attracting. I hear super conceited people, like you're attracting super conceited men, men who are looking for fame, for money, too much survival energy going on in the world, like people looking for power instead of love. We have to look at this because we are energies of love and union. The more we start to anchor down, no, I want love, you know, and I want to love my image. Yes, I want to love who I am. I want to love my sense of self. And I deserve the spotlight. Yes, you do, but you're not competing with other women. And that's the energy. So if you're interested to know more about this, the Doors for Goddess of Love, my signature program for trailblazer women who are committed to attract love and have very clean energy around love, man, attraction, opening up, mastering their magnetism and their energy. The doors are closing up this month. I would love to connect with you. I'm going to put a link below for us to be able to talk. And it's an important conversation, so I would love to hear from you. Share it with your friends, your girlfriends, everyone you know. We are living in a culture that's prioritizing a lot of image, and that is affecting us way more than what we think. And it's why act to learn about love until you've experienced enormous amount of pain? Why? That is what the ego is doing. I was fortunate enough to have experienced so much pain, like growing up, that when I was like in my 20s, I found out about this and I said, hey, I have to do this, right? That's why I've been dedicating so many years to this, and I am never done with it, right? But I offer a solid foundation, like in every layer, spiritual, emotional, physical, mental, so that you have that energy. It doesn't take you like the amount of time because you're not fighting yourself during that process. You get to feel good enough now. You get to know that you're worthy now. You get to attract epic love now. And if you're like, Nicole, I already know my worth, awesome. Then you get to have epic love now. And if you want to know more about it, I'm going to put the link below so that we can connect. It's going to be a private call between you and me, where I will assess what's going on in your energy, what I'm picking up intuitively, even from like the angels, so that we can properly move forward and help you so that you can accelerate the time frame in which you attract love, but also you get to really truly keep it. So I'm excited, ladies, and I can't wait to hear from you soon.